Alright y'all, we are in my mudroom. It is about 45 degrees in here, and we're going to be making some soil blocks, and I'm going to start planting my seeds for my onions, leeks, and celery. But it is way too cold outside, so we're going to do it in here. So let's get started. Alrighty, what I have here is vegetable garden soil, or so the bag said. So I have this, it's been sitting outside open. It's pretty light and fluffy. It's small particles, no large sticks. So that's ideal for making our soil blocks. To make the soil blocks, you'll need the soil, and then this is my soil block maker. I'll have a link in the description down below if you wanted to purchase one of these. So I'll use this instead of using containers for seeding. And then I'm going to need some water. In addition, I'm going to need some type of tray that does not have holes in the bottom to put my soil blocks in. So I'm going to show you how to make your soil and how to use the soil block maker. Alright, I'm going to take my container. This is a, I believe it's a 5-gallon bucket from Lowe's. And I'm going to just add some water into it. I have the bucket about halfway filled with soil. I'm going to go ahead and stir it up, and then I'm going to check the consistency. It's easy to add water. It's very hard to take water away. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. Alright, it's still too dry, so I'm going to add some more water. Alright, it's looking about right. It's not exactly thoroughly mixed, so I'm going to give it a good stir with my hand. So now, here's what we have. When you squeeze it, it kind of stays together, and it's not falling apart, and it's not super soggy, so that's ideal. Here's our soil. You're going to take the soil block maker, and you're going to push the soil into the mold. Alright, I've pushed the soil, packed it in there. Then I'm going to take my tray. My tray, the soil block maker there. You're going to push down with all your might on there, and then once you can't push anymore, you're going to grab here with your fingers and pull it up. Now let me zoom in and show you what you're left with. Okay, so what you're left with here are 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they have a little indent in the middle. And you can just drop your seed there, and you can just sprinkle soil on top. You put it in a tray without any holes, and once it's all filled up with your seeds in their soil blocks, you'll just put some water, maybe 1 centimeter or so of water at the base, and let the blocks absorb the water. You don't want to water them from the top, because if you water them from the bottom, it promotes root growth. You want the roots to be deep all the way down to the plastic bottom or the metal bottom, whatever container you're using. That way they will be strong and healthy for when you put them in the garden. So by starting seeds inside, you will get a crop faster than if you were to put it in the garden. Also, if you are growing from seeds, it does not cost as much money. I have designated 3 rows for my celery and 3 rows for my leeks. So now we're going to go ahead and put the seeds in. Normally on the back of the package, it will give you any special information. The only special info that this one gives is pre-soaking can help. I didn't pre-soak, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in. I'm going to put a couple seeds per soil block because these are so tiny and not every seed is necessarily going to turn into, can you see those? Not every seed is necessarily going to turn into a viable plant. This is a Chinese variety. These seeds are not new. They were $4 when I purchased them. Actually, they were half price when I purchased them. So they were $2 when I purchased them because they were on sale. It was like off season and they needed to get rid of that year's packaged seeds. This is a Chinese celery, and this brand, Kitsawa Seed Co., they do different Asian varieties of plants. The nice thing is it's like this full of seeds, that small, so this is gonna last me a really long time. Next we're going to do leek, King Richard. I believe this one I just purchased, or I had it left over. I don't actually recall. If you guys watch my seed unpacking, you would know if this was just purchased or it's one I haven't used yet. It's not open. Oh, it's out by 2022. So, all right. So this one says to plant 2 to 4 weeks before last frost date if you're planting outside. And then if you are planting inside, which is recommended, you plant 8 to 10 weeks before your average last frost date. Here's our Italian red of Florence. These ones, okay, yeah, so those leeks weren't fresh. These ones are from 2022 and I never planted them. I just had this in my garden seed bank. And then we're starting it inside, so 8 to 10 weeks before average last frost date, and then you'll transplant 4 to 6 weeks before the average last frost date. So you'll keep them inside for about 2 weeks, and then you'll put them out. So I'm just doing 1, 2, 3 for this, and then 3 for that one. Okay, this one. Okay, so this one I bought this year, 2024. Seeds don't go bad. They just have a less likelihood of them germinating, which essentially would be like them going bad, but they don't go bad as long as you keep them dry and keep them in a like cool spot. Okay, so these ones turn into a big old bulb, as you see. These ones they recommend to start inside and start at 10 to 12 weeks before average last frost date, transplant 4 to 6 weeks before the average last frost date into your yard. I didn't show you what the seeds look like. They're about the same size. So here's my Walla Wallas. They're a bulb onion. And then I have yellow sweet Spanish Utahs. And these ones I got back in 2002 and I never planted them. These ones are the sweet Spanish Utah. They say to start inside 10 to 12 weeks before. And the Walla Wallas. So this is a different, this is Burpee. This was a $2 package of seed. And it just has kind of like a colorful map on the back. And so for my growing area, it says to plant February through April or August through September. They're basically gonna follow the same rules as all the other onions. Here's what the seeds look like. The same. Just a different genetic code. Now let's go put them in a warm windowsill. Alright. So here's where they're gonna stay. And hopefully Peach doesn't decide to climb in there or eat it or anything like that. She had a really good time with the potted plants I brought inside. She thought they were litter boxes. Hear that, Peach? These are not litter boxes, okay?